Takiwaとオランダのリー
In close, Takiwa with the body shots.
Takiwa 右の中段突きからグランド足蹴り右の中段突きが決まる
How, when you started and why you started karate and how you came across Kyokushin?
I started when I was a junior, but at the YMCA in Hastings. But I only did it for about 3 or 4 classes. It was too far for us to travel, so
Okay.
I took it on probably when I was 15, 16.
Yep.
My cousin was going with James Purcell, he was Solly Purcell's son. He was the big boss at the time in Hastings.
Yep.
And so he used to pick us up because we used to live out in the country. There's about 6 cousins that started together.
Okay. So is it the reason you started Kyokushin is because they were doing Kyokushin?
Yeah, that's the
right.
only way we sort of can get to classes. James picked us up.
Right.
So,
okay. And how long ago would have that been around about?
1977,
Right.
78.
Okay.
I started then. Yeah.
And how did you find when you first started training? What was your opinion on what it was like as in a training session? Was it hard? Was it easy? Was it like a bit confusing?
Oh, it was pretty hard. It was just fun. I think it was just quite enjoyable because all the cousins, we all trained together and yeah.
Okay.
Really.
Yep. And have you ever trained any other styles at all?
Well, upstairs at the YMCA it used to be Tien Pai. We used to do a little bit of that, but not much because, Kyokushin was our thing. And
Right. Yeah.
we only played around with it a little bit.
So from then to now, how does it compare? Is it the same sort of training, or has it sort of changed a bit over the years on how a training session's run?
It has a little bit. Got a bit softer, I guess, because of the kids and
Yeah.
well, that kind of stuff. But not much though. But
Yeah.
I think the training is still the same. It's just old school trainers.
Yeah, yeah.
And to the new ones.
And so do you, in your experience from when you started to now, which would be the better way? Because I know when I started a long time ago, we were more robotical and it was quite hard and it wasn't so scientific. It was just smash each other and not so much now. How do you, in your experience, compare from when you started to now, the type of training as in, is it more scientific or is it just still just smash?
Oh, it's more scientific than back in the day. Yeah, it was just smash, and you learnt the hard way.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're doing it a long time and you sort of pick up stuff and how to train better.
Yep.
But it's more scientific this time and trying to look after each other before
Right,
they...
yep.
Yeah, otherwise they don't last. Back in the day, only the hard ones stayed.
Yep.
In the
True.
class, yeah. But yeah, that's about it.
So from when you started the Kyokushin journey, how long would it have been around about that you set your Shodan, and where did you set your Shodan?
Back in the day, it was probably 2.5 years to 3 years we set our Shodan.
Okay.
Yeah, we used to train a lot with Shihan James Purcell, who was my instructor.
Yep.
Because we lived together, lived close by, so he used to pick us up and train all the time. But yeah, it was only about nearly 2.5 to 3 years.
Okay.
We sat. Yeah.
And you sit in Hastings?
In Hastings at the YMCA.
And were there many other people sitting this Shodan at the same time?
Yeah, they normally have a big grading.
Right.
There was a few of us. all our cousins that we started together sat our Shodan
Oh,
together.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what was a grading like back then? Was it a hard session, a hard grading, or was it just more, I don't know, traditional kata, or was it just...
I think it's the same as now, you
Okay.
know. 40 fights. I remember one time we were doing a grading and one of the boys passed out before the grading started, so we, instead of doing 40, we were probably doing 60, 70 fights.
Oh,
So
wow.
they thought he had enough.
Oh,
you know,
okay, yeah.
So we had to carry on just to keep up. But yeah. But these days it's sort of changed a little bit, for us anyway. You know, you can sort of do a lot of damage in 3 or 4 fights, and what you can do in 40, you know.
Yeah,
So
right.
it's all about the skill level, really.
Yep.
Yeah.
So from your Shodan grading to your Nidan grading, how long, around about?
I think it was like 2 to 3 years again.
Okay, yeah. And graded where?
In Hastings.
Hastings.
Sandan was thing by Shihan Bobby Low.
Right.
He come to Palmerston North, I think.
Oh, okay.
Back in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember when I just said that one.
Yeah. Okay. And then obviously you're on done, and then you did your 5th, and then 6th. Where did you get that?
In Hombu.
Hombu, yeah.
Oh, yeah, at the camp. You know, Mitsumina camps and stuff in Japan. That was about 2011. So,
Obviously, you've done tournaments. Did you enter or go along to all sorts of events? Like, did you do many camps, tournaments, and what sort of tournaments did you enter?
yeah, when I first started, it was a lot of point systems. First one to 3 points, you win. You know?
Okay.
So it was just, well, it was more or less punches, really. We could beat, you know, it was pretty simple. Well, not simple, I guess, but, you know, there's a lot of kickers. You could beat a kicker by blocking and scoring with a punch, and it stops. Full contact junior coming about 1983, our first full contact tournament.
Okay.
I went into. Shihan Bombaculum did it in Wellington. And that's where I met Honium Tamara. He was the New Zealand full contact champion at the time.
Right.
And I fought him, but I didn't know much about full contact fighting. It was just points. So I fought him like points.
Ah, right.
Points.
Yeah.
And, you know, he was doing low kicks, and I was like, what the hell is that? You know. But I beat him. But, but yeah, it was totally different. So I damaged my feet for 6 months because I was kicking all wrong and stuff.
Oh.
So you learned the hard way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but that was our first taste of full contact fighting then.
So obviously you had a passion for it, so you carried on. I mean, I know I've seen you fight in Japan in '91, but obviously you've done many other tournaments. And like I said, you had a passion for it, so obviously you didn't mind doing all the training, and you know, when you were actually fighting, what made you want to keep on doing the tournaments?
Oh, I think I was quite lucky. One of my students, their father was a professional boxer in England, won Golden Gloves and all that kind of stuff. So he jumped on board and became my coach for about 13, 14 years.
Oh, wow.
So I think wasn't for him, I wouldn't be what I was.
Oh,
what I
okay.
am
Yep.
back in the day.
Yep.
You know, so it was like 6 days a week, twice a week,
Right.
twice a day.
Dedication. Yep.
Yeah. So sort of maybe, probably who I was back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I sort of, when people give their time to train, then I'll train them. But if they sort of muck around, then I said,
Yep.
waste my time really.
Yep. Fair enough too.
Yeah.
And did you go to many other things like camps and things like that, or was it not your sort of thing? Or
Yeah, we did camps. Each time I go to Japan, I try and do the camps and train over there.
Yep.
You know, back in the day, had a young family, so sort of just did a class there, then come back. You know, had to get back to work and pay the mortgage.
Yeah.
So,
Bit of a balance in life.
Yeah.
So you had a dojo in Auckland.
Mm-hmm.
So is that a dojo that you started up? And why did you, if so, why did you start it up?
Probably back in 1982, Shihan had our first baby, so she dragged me back to Auckland. Let's get out of here. And then we started a dojo in October, I suppose. We left probably January, February, and we got a job at Chelsea, and then we started a dojo. Yeah.
Okay.
So it was called North Shore Kyokushin Karate back then.
Right.
And then we moved to probably 10 years there. Then we moved to Highbury and leased the building, and we changed the name to North Harbour, which is still called North Harbour today.
And how did you find that experience of opening a dojo? And obviously a lot of people don't realise how much work you've got to put in to run a dojo. It's not just showing up and training. There's a lot of background sort of stuff that you have to do. Did you enjoy it, or sometimes it's like, oh, it's quite, a bit of a hard job? But
I think back in the day I really enjoyed it.
Yep.
Lucky Shihan was there and the support and stuff. So sort of worked together and yeah, no, it was pretty good. We had some good students.
Yep.
Heaps of black belts out of there.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, that have moved on, of course.
Yeah, as I do, yeah. So would you say that you enjoy instructing?
Yeah, I quite enjoy the change that it makes in our kids and seniors.
Right, yeah. What countries have you actually trained in or gone over to coach and places like that?
Just Aussie, Japan, Brazil. That's the main ones I've been to. And mainly Japan, really.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
And do you enjoy travelling and going to these events and stuff?
Yeah, I really do. Catch up and with people you fought against, and with all the Kanchos and Shihans you meet along the way.
Yep.
Yeah, so no, it's good. Make good friends.
In your training sessions, which would be the most favourable time of the training?
Just teaching, really. Just teaching, and it took a long time to learn what I know. I wish I knew that when I was fighting back in the day. To teach what we know took 13 years, 14 years, and they can learn it in 2 to 3 years. So, and teaching these young fellas now, and they pick it up pretty fast. And when I spar with them at the beginning, it's easy. I'm having fun because I'm beating them up, or getting stuff in them. But now you have to really fight like you used to fight back in the day to try and get your stuff in. So that's a big thing for me.
So how do you find back then to now with the younger generation coming through and learning the stuff that you know, which obviously is a bonus for them. It's definitely that's lucky for them that they've got the knowledge from you. Do you find that they pick it up faster, or do you find that do they know about dedicating their time to do it?
Yeah, you have to be pretty dedicated to pick it up. You just can't. You can show them once or twice, but if you're not practicing it all the time, you sort of lose it. So. And
do you think that the younger generation has the heart for it as well?
Some have. Some think they have. They say they want to be champions, they want to do this and this, but if they don't commit or put the hours in, they'll never be a champion.
So how did you become a branch chief?
Oh, I didn't want to be. Yeah, I think back in the day they were saying, once we sort of split, as So passed away and everyone went their own ways and different organisations formed, they sort of asked me if I wanted to be branch chief, and I said, not really, I'm just an Indian, not much of a chief. So, but it took a while for me to say, I'll have a go. But lucky, had some good dojo operators that could help me through, and Shihan as well, that sort of lead the way for me, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't regret taking it on?
No.
Or maybe sometimes when there's a lot of work to be done?
Yeah, you sort of had enough after some time, you sort of, but you just deal with it.
Yep.
And no, I think I quite enjoy it really. You know, with the people, with the dojo operators and instructors we have, just like family. So you know, we all work good together, which is great.
What would be your most memorable moment of Kyokushin?
Oh, there's a lot, but I think 1991 World Championships, I guess, making the top 16 is a big thing for me. Yeah, so, you know, you always sort of doubt yourself.
Yep.
You know, like Shihan said, he never believed in myself, you know, training all the time. But yeah, and making the top 16, and it was like without bruising or anything like that, I was like quite amazed, really.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was good.
What was the experience like meeting Masayama?
Oh, it was, yeah, unbelievable, really. You know, it was like, I suppose, they said, a god, I guess. You know, going to Hombu and students running out on the road, stopping the traffic while he walks to his car, and it was like, oh, geez, what's going on here? You come along, said hello, and shake your hand. When I fought in 1991, I won the most technical technique for the tournament, and I fought one of the top Japanese fighters, and he sort of moshed me in the head. When I turned around, he sort of looked surprised, and he thought he'd knocked me out, but I was still up. I lost the fight, but and at the end of the tournament, where they were looking for me in the crowd, so I was up watching the tournament. They said, "Oh, you won the most technical award, so come down and stand on the podium and get your trophy." So I went down there, and we're standing there, and it took ages because there's top 8, and they're giving all these trophies out, so it took a while. And the national anthem was starting, and I looked at the coach goes, "You all right?" And I said, "Oh, no, I'm going to pass out." But I couldn't pass out because the national anthem was playing. So I just said, "Oh, well, if I'm going to fall, I'm going to fall." So I just passed out, and So come over and picked me up. It was like I was just a doll. He just went, boom, picked me up, and I said, "Man, he's tough." So I passed out again, and he just picked me up again, and it was just held me. But yeah, but it was just strong, really strong. So yeah, meeting him was it's really good, really good.
Oh, awesome, amazing.
Yeah.
So how do you see the future of Kyokushin in New Zealand look in the later years?
Well, probably the next 10 years, I think it'd be fine if we were still here. But after that, I don't know, really. At the moment, it's going pretty strong. We're building and still building. But what happens when we sort of pass on, unless we groom someone now and for them to take over, at the moment, it's good.
Yep.
But the future, you know, what can you, can't see the future.
Yeah, right.
But hopefully it will stay and build. That's hopefully.
Yep.
But we just have to wait and see, really.
Yep. So just a little bit more on the personal side, how did you end up meeting Mrs. Shihan?
Well, cousins. Well,
So it wasn't through training or anything like that?
no. My cousin, his dad is Diane's mum's sister. Brother, sorry.
Right.
And James is my mum's sister.
Yep. Okay.
So really, nobody, but
Yep.
I knew him through Jan, my cousin.
Oh, okay.
So we met when she come down hitchhike all this way.
Oh.
Yeah.
So did you have to convince, or how did it happen that Mrs. Shihan started Kyokushin Karate?
Well, when we moved to Auckland, I guess, she, we opened a club and she started in She was one of the first black belts that come out of there.
Oh wow, okay, cool.
Yeah, so, and she's been there ever since.
And any other family, like your kids or anything, do karate or?
Oh, they used to. My youngest one, she became Shodan, and my oldest daughter, she got to brown belt.
Right. Okay. Cool.
And yeah, they're pretty good fighters.
Yep.
You know, must take after their mum. But yeah, they're really good scrappers.
Yep. Part of the job as being a branch chief, you have to travel quite a bit around New Zealand, and you running seminars or you're going to gradings, and there's always things happening. Do you enjoy actually going around New Zealand and doing these things or running events? Or does it get a little bit tiring or full on?
Oh, I don't see it. I think it's it's for the growth of New Zealand. It's about the students, about the instructors, and if we're not giving stuff for our students, then they'll never grow. So I quite enjoy going around and seeing all the dojos and their students, and just let them know who I am, and we have something here for you if you want it.
Right.
And just give them something really.
Yep.
Yeah.
And do you find dojos around New Zealand, the dojo heads and that, or do they communicate with you quite a bit? Oh, can you come down and do this, or can you come? Do they try and get you to do more things all the time, or not really?
Not really. They ask, but I think they know that I'm busy and to get around. But I try and at the beginning we used to go and do dojo visits. I haven't been around to a few of the dojos for many years now, only because now I'm working.
Right.
Back in the day I could do it. My job was allowed, gave me that time to do it, but not anymore. So it's pretty hard, because some of the students don't know who I am, and who all the dojo operators are, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully we can get around, and that's why I have it on the weekends.
Of course.
Can't get during the week.
No.
And if they turn up, they turn up. I know all the dojo operators are busy and the students are busy. If they're there, if they can make the national tournament or whatever tournament, if they can't make it, that's fine.
Yep.
Because I know everyone's busy.
Okay. For all the beginners or the people to come along and start training, what would be the best advice that you could give them for their journey?
Don't really know, really. It's up to the individual. For me, it was like, it was a challenge. It's only about yourself. What you put in, you'll get out,
Yep.
And it's just keep trying, never give up.
Is there anyone in particular that has inspired you?
Just family and friends, really.
Okay, yeah.
They inspire me. When I was fighting, it was Mike Tyson.
Right, okay,
Yeah,
yes.
he was just mean, and that's the way I wanted to be, and
Yep.
sort of became that person when I was fighting. But out of the ring, it was just happy me.
Yep.
But in the ring, it was a different person. But yeah. But family, really. Family and friends. When I was training, there was a lot of them supporting me. So
Yep.
sort of gave back. I remember one instructor said to me, "I thought you were a snob." I said, "Really, my job was there to fight. I went to try and win, and then afterwards I had friends that got me to where I was today, got me overseas, so I spent my time with them,
Yep.
to give back to them the best I could."
Being a branch chief, Shihan, a well-known tournament fighter, do you think people are afraid of you when they meet you?
I think they're a bit standoffish, but I don't think they are. I don't portray myself as being not an approachable person. I'll talk to anyone, and so I hope not. Hope they're not scared of me. But there's some times where there's a line you don't cross as a hierarchy, I guess. And as long as you know that mark, then we're all good.
Do you know offhand how many dojos are under your branch at the moment?
30.
And how do you find, comparing dojos at Auckland or Wellington, Hastings, down south? Would you say that they're all pretty much the same, or they're just different standards, they're teaching different ways, or?
I think everyone's pretty similar. I think, some of us old school, going back, if they're not doing the changes or the new changes, they sort of revert back. But it'll come if they keep, we keep onto it. But most dojo operators are roughly the same,
Yep.
And it's quite good because now it sort of took a while for us to sort of get together when Shihan Bob passed away, and Shihan Kevin O'Leary sort of stepped away, and sort of trying to bring the central side with everyone else, their group. Now we seem to be working quite well together, so which is quite good. Okay. Yeah, for the organisation, that is.
Well, Shihan, thank you very much for giving us your time again for a bit of an insight of your Kyokushin journey, and we really appreciate your knowledge and what you do for New Zealand as a branch chief. Also, thank you very much.